I know if my marketing is working? Bella Vasta here with Jump Consulting. That's a really great question. Unfortunately, I don't think enough people actually ask themselves that question. Here's why. We're all busy business owners, and admittedly, we wear 12,000 hats. So it's really hard to keep up with everything that's going on. But when you're spending money on something, you really want to be able to track your ROI, or return on investment. You want to understand if things are actually working. So naturally, a question that I get asked is my marketing working? So let's take a look. Number one, I want you to think about how long is your marketing cycle. So what I mean by that is, do you actually just put an advertisement in a paper and say, oh, that didn't work? Or do you have it in again and again and again? Also, another thing is it in a publication where it's gonna have a long coffee table length? So if it's gonna be sitting on someone's coffee table for a long time, that's better because you have a better chance. It's not just like you get it in the mail and you throw it away. A good example of something like this would be the community newsletter that tells homeowners their home values and what's sold in the area. Another thing, if you're ever going to do print advertising, you always want to be on the right side at the top of the page because that's naturally where your eye goes when you're flipping the page, right? I mean, think about when you flip a magazine or a booklet. Your eye doesn't go to the bottom left, right? Or in the middle. It always goes to the top right. So if you're ever going to actually pay for advertising, that's a tip that you can take to the bank with you. The second thing I want you to think about is, what does it mean? So when you say, is my marketing actually working? Are you talking about the fact that you're getting clients, or maybe that you're getting exposure? Maybe they don't actually buy from you, but maybe they're at least calling. Maybe it means that your brand is getting out there and people, even though they might not need you right now, when the time comes, they feel like they know you because they've seen your brand out there. Defining is it working is pretty tough because working is different for everyone. We always state in the publication. So I would really encourage you to think about, what does it actually mean for you? Are you trying to just get people to call you and then they're on like your callback list? Or are you trying to get someone to sign up for something? Or are you just trying to get your brand and your name recognition out there? Now, I'm talking about print advertising, but this also could mean Facebook. Maybe you're doing Facebook advertising and one time it really hits off because it's the time of the year that people travel or go back to work and need a dog walker. Or maybe it's just simply that they feel like they've seen your brand everywhere. And when we see a brand everywhere, we are more apt to reach out to them when we actually need that service than someone we've never heard about. So you never know what kind of seeds you're actually planting. The last one is tracking. If you're not tracking anything, well then, what's the sense in that? So if you're not tracking stuff, you can't know if something's working. You have to have metrics. You have to know that 10 people called this month, 2 of them heard from a certain source. Maybe that is all you really need. If you got 2 calls out of 10 from a certain source, then it's working. If it closed and they became clients, that has nothing to do with it. That all comes down to your ability to sell. You have to track everything. So whether it's metrics online, whether it's your Facebook, your website hits or views, how many pages people are looking at on your website, how many calls you're getting from a certain advertisement, how many people come by your booth or sign up with you after being at a community event. You have to track things. So please, anytime anyone ever inquires about your business, go grab a Google form and fill out for your own internal resources who they are, how they found out about you, and then that also helps you follow up with people. So the next time you're wondering if your marketing is actually working, you've got to figure out how long it's been going on for, what your goal is, and if you've been tracking it. I'm Bella Vasta with Jump Consulting. Please like or subscribe to the video below, and I will see you again next week. I know for me personally, I used to spend about $3,000 a year on a community letter advertisement. It actually did bring me about $30,000 to $40,000 of business a year, but the key to that wasn't like, oh, it worked this quarter, but it didn't work next quarter. It was something that was very consistent in this community so that when people needed to call someone that they trusted, they have been seeing our logo multiple times. And we all know that it takes many times to see a logo before you actually comprehend it, and then even more for you to actually want to call them.